Greetings, this is Z, aka Mickey. I'm a graduate student academic writer, and in this video I explain how and why as of late my academic writing has been pretty fluid, peaceful. It's been way better and smarter and just really fluid and effective. And the main reason is this app, Gingko App, that I just recently discovered by accident. And I'm using Gingko App, here you see it, to do the single method of academic writing. The single method of academic writing refers to Dr. Peg Boyle-Single's method that she outlines in her book, Demystifying Dissertation Writing, a streamlined process from choice of topic to final text. The method is pretty popular. The book is great. I highly recommend it. And while I can't do complete justice to it, I can't condense the book down into this short video, I will be showing how I do the single method via the Gingko app, and you can get the gist of both. So, Gingko app, it's relatively new, it's in beta, and what it does is allows for very fluid writing, very peaceful navigating through everything, just having everything you need to write right in front of you and being able to kind of just flow and navigate through it. And the key to how I'm using it and why my writing is going so peacefully is because I've juxtaposed my outlining with the notes and quotes, with the quick writing, and then the honed draft. And it's pretty easy to do when you've got your quotes and notes just right there in your outline, just right there, and you can just kind of navigate around this so quick and so fast. The focus statement is a method that you use when you're doing the single method of academic writing, and you basically say, this is what the literature review, this is the gist of the literature review. So instead of getting lost about your ideas, it always focuses you, and you say, okay, this is what I'm doing with the literature review, and then you can have your points. So easy to add another subsection, and it's really easy to add your topics that you're going to talk, and it's really easy to add the points that you're going to be making, it's really easy to add the quotes and notes you're going to be using, and then it's really easy to do your writing and your own writing. It's got me writing faster and fluidly with a lot more peace and less self-editing by that harsh inner critic. I just get it down, and then when it comes time to hone it, I do. And then you can keep the momentum. That paragraph here is going to be flowing into that paragraph, and you can make sure things are cohesive. You can always keep sure, make sure that you're point after point, you're making each point. You can plan those points ahead. It's really, really nice. Here's the big deal. Once you're done with your level 2 outlining, which is to detail what sections are going to be in each part, then you do your level 3 outlining, which is to say, what topics do I need to discuss in each section? So in this section, the introductory paragraphs, I'm going to discuss these topics. Then you do your level 4 outlining, which is, what points do I need to make about these topics? So point 1, point 2, point 3. Then, to make the points, you're going to develop a paragraph. You're going to develop the point by developing a paragraph. And the neat thing, and this is the big deal with Gingko app, is that you can just have all your quotes, your notes, and your ideas right next to your point. So how am I going to make this point? By using these quotes and ideas and notes. And then the neat thing is, you can do your quick writing, so you can keep referring back here, just easily go back and read your quotes and your notes and all of that to do your quick writing. You don't have to worry about writing it perfectly, because you can set up a column right next to it that's going to be a honed version of this. So that's the gist of it. That's why things are going so quickly. I'm not getting lost. I know exactly where I am in my outline. I'm able to edit really quickly by moving things around. I can drag and drop. If I want to move this point here, I can. If I decide that I want to add another quote, I can. So my quotes are residing here in Satavi. Let's go grab one. Show you how easy it is to go grab. Let's look at Carter here. Alright, say I decide that I need to discuss this. I just click copy and go over here and say this quote will support point 1. So I can go here and just add it. Control V. And there it is. there's the information. And even if I'm not going to exactly include the quote in my paper, but just use it to discuss, it's just right there for me to click on, and then I can go over and say, okay, I remember what that was. Type, write. Write more based on that quote. It doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, you're going to hone it right to the right. When you decide it's time to hone it, you can be referring here as you're fixing it, the final version. So let me show you how I've set mine up. This is a mock file I've created, and so I've created these cards here, and adding the cards is really fast and easy. You can have your working title there, so it's always before you. Then you can have your abstract or focus statement here and type that. So if you'll notice, when I click on paper working title, nothing else is highlighted. That's because I haven't added anything to the right. Horizontal outlining is a really huge key to what makes this process work. You can also do vertical outlining. But if I click here, then you'll notice that everything highlights, and that's because I added all of these components here via horizontal outlining. So this single method, she advises you to outline, do a level 1 outlining, and this is how writing works. You do a level 1 outlining that has the parts of your paper or chapters. So in this file I said that I was going to have a part of my paper was going to be front matter, and I added these pieces here: abstract title page, abstract paper title page, and a table of contents, just so I know what they are. I don't actually include them here because I'm gonna, just kind of add this to my Word file later, but it's nice to know and keep up with what components are going to be there. Then I can just click the down arrow here and get to the next major part. So these are all the level 1 components. Now when I highlight this introduction, it highlights my level 2 pieces, which are not parts, but sections that belong in each part. In this part, the introduction, I've decided I'm going to have 3 sections. Now I can, for each section here, add subsections if need be. And that's just so easy to do. You just hover over, click this button here, and you don't have to label them with outline pieces if you don't want to, but I do. Alright, so it was just that easy, and I could, type here blah 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 blah. It was just that easy to add a subsection, another one. You can arrange these in whatever order you want to. Changing them and editing, doing outline level editing is really fast and quick. And when you change this, everything comes with it that was attached to it. So this piece, these topics that I'm going to discuss, there's 2 here: anti-educationalism and math phobia. For this section and subsection, when I move this, when I drag and drop it, it moves. So up here, there's that piece that's not highlighted, but here, these are the pieces that go with it. Alright, so when you make your points, you decide you're going to do these points here. If you want to, in any card really, you can add a checklist, a checkbox. That way you know you're done with your point. That's a nice feature. You can italicize and bold. You can add some formatting to these components here. Alright, the last thing I want to share is that how do you get this into Word? Well, you click here and you can export. You can export the whole entire tree. You can export the current card that you have highlighted along with its subcards, or you can export the particular column. So I've got 10 columns. That last column, column number 10, is the honed writing, and I can export that to Word and then do all the formatting and be concerned about the bibliography and referencing and citation out and all of that once I get to Word. And Satavi makes that really easy to do. But the point of Gingko App, I feel, is not to worry about all of that formatting and everything, but just really to get that writing down quickly. The one thing I will say is that this app is a beta version, and so it's not fully developed yet. They are taking your suggestions and questions and your feature wishes. Since it's in beta, what I would do after you get something honed, I would go ahead and just dump it and make sure it's safe somewhere in Word. That way you have it and there's no loss of it. And I would just, I would export quite frequently. Well, as always, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact Gingko App or to write me at my blog, theblossomingfledglingresearcher.wordpress.com, and happy writing. Take care.